Affirmation Daily Tarot with your host, Alex, where I help you every day so that we are preparing for a better future tomorrow. I'm connecting with our high vibrational spirit team, the Most High God, so that, we're doing what we need to do today so that we are prepared for tomorrow and we are in alignment with our soul purpose, period. First, a few housekeeping things, okay? Because if you guys watched my last video, you can tell that it was 3 hours long and 2 hours of that was just a black screen. That was my bad. I'm not really sure how that happened. I also never posted the comment with the question. So instead of putting it at the bottom of the comment, it'll be at the end of this video and you guys can write it down, answer it, and we'll go from there. Let's see if there's anything else. I think that's it. So let's go ahead and cleanse it out with a little bit of sound. Okay, I've already prayed and blessed the cards as you saw before. So yeah, let's go and get started. Let's go to pull the affirmation for today, Wednesday, July something. I have no idea what today is. Give me a second. July 20th. Yes. Today is July 20th. So good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope you all got some good rest last night. I hope the message from yesterday helped you guys out. And so let's see if we can get a message for you today, okay? Oh, the 19th, actually. My bad. You know what today is. It's a Wednesday, hump day. Woo woo. Okay. We will take this one. There's a few that came out, but we're going to take these two together because they are very similar. I am confident and I am safe to be my true authentic self. Lovely. That's been a message on my mind for like a few months, really, about just being the best version of myself. I feel like we all should be the best version of ourselves and be our authentic self because there's something within us that's innate with us, that God has given us that gift, and that more than likely you being your authentic self will guide you to what you're meant to be doing. It'll guide you to the places you're meant to be. It'll make you more confident in yourself, being able to be authentic and see how the world perceives you, And even if people don't perceive you well, fuck it. YouTube, I'll try to censor that out. They don't need to understand it. They don't need to understand greatness. That's okay. Because you, at your core, baby girl, or baby boy, or baby it all, you're great. If you weren't great, you wouldn't be watching this, right? This collective is great. We're working very hard to be the best version of ourselves, and we're working very hard to be in alignment with Source God. We all have a purpose in this life when it comes to God's plan. God has a plan, and we're part of God's network, and it's something within us that He wants us to exude in this life, and we owe it not only to ourselves but to Source God itself. Okay, so it's going to put a little tarot. We have the Hanged Man. Someone might need to change their perspective. Somebody might be kind of stuck right now. Maybe somebody is not tapping into their true authentic self or confident in who they are. Okay, you need to be confident who you are because that might be the answer to wherever issue you're in, right? Wherever you feel stuck or stagnant, you might need to be yourself in order to move forward. Okay, let's see what else. Death card in reverse and the Princess of Cups in reverse. There's an aspect of yourself that you need to let go. Oh, okay. So this is what we're gonna talk about because I actually texted my family this morning on my way to work. On my way to work this morning, I have two sets, right? Because my first ride is to Starbucks. Okay, I stop at Starbucks before I go to work. My second ride is from Starbucks to the office. Okay, My first ride, I got stopped by every single light. Every single light. I was like, dang, I'm gonna run out of time. Like, I'm gonna be kind of late to work. I'm gonna stop all these lights. I still gotta get to Starbucks. Got to Starbucks, got my coffee. And then after Starbucks, I hit every single green light. I made it to work on time. And the message I got from God was, sometimes God gonna slow you down and stop you in a certain aspect of your life so that you can thrive in another aspect of your life. And that's what the hangman actually is. The hangman is actually about you need to change the way you're doing things or seeing things in this aspect of your life, because whoever you are at this time, it can't go to you in this next level. And that's what this Death card in reverse and this Princess of Cups is in the reverse. Princess of Cups is someone who has all these different ideas or different interests, but they're not doing anything with it. They're not doing anything with it, right? Or if they are, they're not completing anything, but there's, at the bottom of the deck, it's a King of Cups energy. So it's like someone needs to step into this emotional balance, but they need to see themselves, they have to be confident in themselves so that they can be more stable in their desires, in their emotional desires, right? Okay. Yeah, because somebody's having a challenge. Oh, the challenge here is taking a leap of faith towards joy. But I want you guys to see that the Sun card fell right underneath the Fool card. So to me, this is someone who knows what they want to do, but they're afraid. They're scared. They're scared. There's something that they need to release and let go. And it's probably a perspective, or it could just be that maybe maybe you're used to doing things a certain way, right? And the way that you've been doing things won't work in the next season of your life. Okay, I actually want to read the message that I sent my family this morning. Give me a second. Because it actually hit. I don't know, it was on my mind this morning on my way to work. So I'm actually going to read it to you guys verbatim. Okay, give me 1 second. All right. God will stop you in your tracks in one season of your life so the next can flourish. In this moment of stasis, you are meant to pause and reflect and sacrifice a certain part of yourself. This is because this version of you simply cannot thrive where you are meant to go. God never wants you to fail. So he will have you relearn lessons over and over, but it's up to you to understand it. It's up to you to learn it. If there is somewhere you want to go, then set your goals. Make a plan for each goal, separate into small and big action steps, and slowly build up to it. As you align yourself with your goals and release all of your hindrances, you will then be able to hear God and see the guidance that will ensure success. We often want to turn thy will into our own will, but that is not what we are here for. So if you feel stuck, sit in it, feel it, understand it, and tell God what you want, but be willing to receive the guidance, because sometimes you might not like it or it might be hard, but it's necessary. God sees things you do not. Okay? And that's very on point here. But the issue here for someone who's watching this video is that you don't trust yourself, because you're having this challenge of taking this leap of faith and trusting faith. And it makes me go back to my message of saying, it makes me go back to my message and of, as you align yourself with your goals and release all of your hindrances, you will then be able to hear God. So this is simply somebody needs to draw out an action plan, be confident that you can get this done, be confident that this will work out for you. Because if you feel like this is something that's calling you, answer it. Pick up this phone. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I bet you the Judgment card will come out, because there's some type of transformative healing that's going on here, but somebody's refusing to see it. You're refusing to take this leap of faith, but you're going towards this joy and happiness. The Sun card is the best card you can get in tarot. You just have to trust that, confirmation bird, that you're going to get there, right? But there's fear. Trust your abilities. Trust your abilities. We have the Hierophant in reverse. Maybe this is an unconditional path. Maybe this is a road less traveled. Or maybe, you have, elders, because the Hierophant in reverse can talk about elders, right? Maybe your elders wouldn't understand or something like that. But It's not for them to understand. There's a reason before I said that some people might not get it, but God didn't give them that message. I think I sent my boyfriend this message like last week. I said, you know, sometimes we get ideas and people don't understand it, but God didn't give them that idea. Okay? So people might come against you, but so what? If you are confident and you trust yourself and you making a plan and you're striving towards that plan, you will get signs and synchronicities. God will guide you. You just have to be open and you have to be receptive. But if you're closed off and you're not open to a different perspective, you're going to be stuck here for a while. You're going to be stuck exactly where you don't want to be. Open yourself up to new experiences. This Princess of Cups in reverse, that's exactly the advice for this card, is opening yourself up to new experiences. Maybe new ways to derive income, or new ways of love or hobbies, or whatever the case may be. Okay? We have the Strength card at the bottom of the reverse. So don't be cowardly. Don't be cowardly. If you feel called towards something, step into it. Take that leap of faith and let God do most of the work. All you have to do is show up as your true self, and that's like the most ideal thing, right? When the most you have to do is show up as your authentic self and show up confident, and other things will just kind of align. You'll be surprised. You'll be surprised. But I feel like someone is really stuck in reflection mode. And it makes me think of Dr. Joe Dispenza. You know, if you don't listen to him or read any of his books, I highly recommend it. He has an incredible story. But you will never create a new life with the old consciousness. Your old consciousness, or the consciousness that you have, is what got you to where you are today. Cool. Now you have to change your consciousness or change the way that you see things so that you can start to manifest the actual life you want. Somebody's meant to go off on their own journey. This also fell out as a challenge if you guys didn't see that. But somebody's meant to go off on their own soul's journey. There's something different here. Somebody's meant to do something different. For the past few weeks, well, I would say for the past couple months, actually, I've been reading the Bible, and I keep getting brought to certain aspects of the Bible. But the same thing I keep getting is you have to leave behind old aspects. Like Moses, you know, Moses found out the people he was with wasn't really his people, right? Like he found out, like, you know, the Pharaoh, you know, was not his people. He found out that actually the Pharaoh was enslaving and killing his people. And he had to dip off. He had to go on a whole new journey. Right? And that is when God gave him his new purpose. When he decided to end that and leave and go somewhere else and go from what he's always known. He could have stayed in that aspect. He could have stayed there and been rich and enjoyed all that. But no, it just didn't feel right in his soul. And he moved on. Abraham was told to leave his father and go to a different land. You know, Jesus did too. Jesus left his people behind and went and found something different, and something went and found his own disciples and people that he could teach, people who could support him. So don't be afraid to go off. It's a story as old as time. Sometimes you have to go off to be able to start something new, start something different. Don't be afraid to do that. 3 of discs at the bottom of the deck. And then we have 6 of swords that's peeking out right here. Somebody's trying to work with people who don't even have the same goals as them. That's going to cause you to be stuck. It's going to cause you to be stuck. Don't do that to yourself. Know what it is that you want and align yourself with those things. Take that one. Finger hit that one. What else? Yeah, because somebody's working, or they're working very hard, or you're working very hard on something, but you're unhappy. And part of the reason you're unhappy with this 8 of disc in reverse is because you're putting your energy into the wrong shit. You could be feeling very disconnected from life right now. You're putting your energy into the wrong shit. And you're going to stay here until you take a leap of faith, until you do something different, until you change your perspective. And it's the only perspective change I feel like you need is being who you are. Maybe you're not confident in your abilities. Maybe you don't even know what your abilities are. Well, I encourage you, like I say, I'm always tell you to pray on it first. I encourage you to pray on it and be receptive to how you can. I encourage you to seek people out that can show you to be your true self. I encourage you to seek people who are their true selves, who are walking in their authentic selves. If you feel like you're an imposter right now. But it looks like right now, the first thing you need to do is understand who you are, why you are the way you are, and get comfortable being who you are, comfortable and confident. Don't be comfortable in some half-ass life or some half-ass shit. Never that. Never that. You get comfortable and change. Okay, you get comfortable and change. You get comfortable in taking risk. You get comfortable in the uncomfortable. You get comfortable in the unknown. So I feel like this is somebody who's afraid of the unknown. Maybe you feel like you won't amount to anything. Okay, maybe you feel like you don't have what it takes. But if this was on your mind, and this is something that you're being drawn to it for a reason. Stop trying to force this size 5 shoe on a size 10 foot. That's for somebody. I don't know why it came to me like that. But your path, okay, so we're talking about feet. There was a point where God put on my heart to really scrub my feet. I don't know. Like, there was just this time where I had to bless my feet. But your feet is what takes you to where you need to be. Your feet is what grounds you. First of all, this might be somebody who you need to clean your feet. Okay, that's number one. But, if you're in the shower and you're not washing between your toes, please start doing that, okay? But two, I'm getting double messages here. So give me a second as I'm channeling a little bit. Your feet ground you. Your feet carries you to where you need to be. Your feet often signifies your path, the path that you choose to walk along. As well as that, there's something about ancestors here as well. There's something here about ancestors as well, because your ancestors carry you. Your ancestors have walked in your shoes at some point. A lot of times what we're meant to do in this life is something that our ancestors couldn't do, or something our ancestors had a hard time completing. And even in this hermit card, you see her feet are all beat up. She's been walking a path, but she's been learning lessons. She's been learning lessons. She knows, like, what's after the Hermit? The Hermit is 9, 10. The Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is the next step after the Hermit, which is walking in your path so that you're in alignment, so that you're starting to get good karma. You're starting to get those good opportunities coming your way. A lot of times if you see the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, it's because you're not walking in the right path. You're not doing the right thing, right? Ooh. The Chariot card in reverse. Someone needs to pause. Stop. Stop. Take a moment. Take a moment and take a look at your life. Now I want you to take a moment and I want you to write out what you want your life to be. What comes to you when you think of your ideal, abundant life? What comes to you? Even if you don't know what that looks like, just say simply, I want a life that's in alignment with Source. I want a life that's full of peace, joy, and happiness. And you're going to start seeing things that gives you those feelings. The feelings of freedom, the feelings of love. And we know that love, peace, and joy is God energy. Right? So take a moment. Take a moment. If you know what that is already, okay, cool. Write out your short-term goals, your long-term goals, and underneath every single goals, I want you to write out your motivation behind this goal, the reason behind this goal, the reward behind this goal. Now I want you to write out your action steps and small steps. And you guys stay tuned. I'm working on a goal planner, and I'll have that ready for you guys soon. That it will have all that laid out for you. But until then, maybe go look for another one, or go ahead and just write it out. Just write it out in the way that feels right to you right now. But don't be afraid. All it takes is faith. What is it? What they say? The faith of a mustard seed can move mountains. It's like one of my favorite sayings. The faith of a mustard seed can move mountains. All you need is faith and action. And action doesn't have to be big, huge things, right? It can just be little steps every day. Little steps every day. I'm doing these readings because I know that my sole purpose in this life is to help people be better versions of themselves, understand who they are, and get them in alignment with their soul purpose so that they can live a happy life, right? And it took me a while to even get here, because for the longest time, you know, I've been working in corporate America. I've been wanting just a solid salary and things like that. So I've been really trying to force that. But God was like, no. And I thank God for my hangman moment, because there was about a year and a half where my behind had no direction, zero direction. I did not know. And it really wasn't up until like 3-4 months ago where I finally surrendered to what God was trying to tell me, because I didn't want to get on YouTube. I didn't want to do readings. I didn't want to do none of that. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not even gonna lie. I wanted to cut corners. I'm not even gonna lie. But sometimes the exact thing that you don't want to do is the exact thing that you have to do. All right. Let's switch decks. This is my Orisha deck. And I knew I grabbed this deck for a reason, because somebody, you know, I don't know if you watched any of my previous readings, the last time I used this deck, or most time I use this deck, this is an ancestral deck. Especially if you are of African descent, this is an ancestral deck. This deck tells it how it is. You know, before I got this deck, you know, I was reading with these cards. I got this deck, y'all. And when I started using this deck, I like legit would kind of feel shitty afterwards. And it's because they always keep it real with this deck. They always gonna tell you, like, listen, you flirting with danger. Okay? You have a dangerous attitude right now. That's what you need to do. This is the energy you're in. Right? Like, this is my deck. I just love it. I love it now because it guided me to a lot of places that I need to be and a lot of things that I need to do. So, yeah, lovely. But like I said, this is an ancestral deck, okay? As I said, it has something to do with ancestors. Somebody's ancestors really coming through. Confirmation, burp. Somebody's ancestors are really coming through. They really want you to step onto your path. You can't be scared. I heard, don't be scared. It's like ancestors, funny as heck. Don't be scared. What you scared for? What you scared for? You got to where you are now, right? You got to where you are now. You can get to wherever you want to go. You've had a 100% success rate at this point because you're still alive, aren't you? Yeah. This card is literally, do not let your stubbornness and omnipotence blind you. Do not let your stubbornness and omnipotence blind you. I'm talking to somebody who's stubborn as hell. Stubborn as all get out. You see it, but you refuse to do anything about it. You can have Taurus in your chart. I'm a Taurus. I'm gonna say that, listen, I get being stubborn. I get wanting to understand certain things before moving forward. But if you already know, like, know that you know, and it's time to go, period. You know you rhyming, or you're channeling when you rhyming. But upright, this will be the equivalent to Six of Pentacles. That's a gift. And in this deck, I think it literally says verbatim, you're receiving a gift because you've taken the advice. So take the advice. Take the advice. Stop being stubborn. Because you're gonna make your ancestors want to stop working with you. They're gonna leave you to your devices. They're gonna leave you stuck. Because they're trying to guide you somewhere else. No, not even. It's not even one of those things. You're gonna go through a sudden change. A sudden loss. A sudden loss. Because your ancestors aren't playing with you. You're going to make it to this point, whether you like it or not. Everybody has free will, right? I'm just gonna throw it out. Everybody has free will. At some point in your life, you're gonna end up exactly where of what you're putting off right now. Because it's what you're meant to do. But are you gonna take the easy way, or are you gonna take the hard way? Because right now you're about to be facing the hard way. So take the advice. Somebody needs to hear this message. Take the advice. Because I feel like at the bottom of the deck is the seven of cups in reverse. Now this is a little different when it comes to the Rider-Waite deck, or the Rider-Waite tarot. This is actually about wanting being a part of the past. So whatever it is that you want, it's coming to you already. You just need to do it. You just need to do it. Look, and I cannot make this up. Ace of Earth. This is about all projects being undertaken will be successful. You will be successful. You just have to believe in yourself. You will be successful because this is in alignment with who you are. You will be successful because this is your purpose. So why are you lollygagging? Somebody's ancestors are really not playing with them right now. You need to listen. Because I feel tight about it. I feel tight. Somebody is prolonging something and they don't need to. For what? For what? All you have to do is a shift in perspective. Maybe you need to gain more knowledge. Or maybe you just get the work done, but just sitting on your ass not doing shit not gonna do nothing for you. But bring this sudden destruction, this sudden loss. Because that's what this is. This is a sudden loss. This is the Tower card. But in this deck, it's not as like, it doesn't have as much leeway when it comes to, you know how sometimes a Tower can be, oh yeah, sudden change is gonna be so good. No, in this deck, when the Village come out, when the Village come out like this, know that, look at this card. These people running around, people dead, Village is on fire. Like, this is sudden loss. Yeah, somebody's ancestors are not playing. And that's the only major arcana besides the Chariot in reverse, the Hierophant in reverse, the Hermit, the Death card in reverse, and the Hangman. Oh, well, you do have the Fool card and the Sun card, but that came in as a challenge. So somebody's standing right on the precipice of something, watching it, looking at it, but they're not jumping into it. Don't play yourself. Do not play yourself. Don't play yourself. Somebody playing themselves. Don't play yourself. Don't ever do that. Yeah, Death card in reverse. This could be a Scorpio. Because we have the Iku in reverse. We have Death card coming out twice in reverse. You need to let something go. And then not only that, but we have the water element. It's a water sign. So this is definitely a Scorpio or a water element that is... And this... No, I'm not going into all that because I'm not like 100% on zodiac signs and stuff like that. But I do know that a lot of Scorpios are meant to master the death and rebirth. There's a Scorpio that's refusing to go through this rebirth. And it's time for this rebirth. It's time. Or spirit is going to take it into their own hands. Spirit is going to take it into their own hands. And I always say it's better that you get ahead of it before the divine does. Because the divine they going to give you some lessons now. They will give you some lessons. True, that might be the message. That might be the message. We have salamanders in reverse. Usually this is someone who's a very good thinker, very strategic thinker, very artistic. However, in reverse or in badly influenced by other cards, which I would say that this card is definitely badly influenced. This is someone who is very imbalanced. There's a mental imbalance here. Yeah. Somebody needs to get their mind clear. You might need to, one of my devices just popped open. You might need to disconnect from devices at this time. You might need to get in touch with the divine. The divine is calling you for something and you're not listening. What else? Maybe you drink or you smoke or whatever. You need to stop that. It's time to stop. That's time to put that down. You need a clear mind. You need a clear mind. Because usually, like I said, the salamander's upright is usually somebody who's a great thinker. They're strategic. They're artistic. But in reverse, badly influenced by other cards, it's like somebody has to make a choice on something, on what they're going to do. Or the divine will make you make a choice. Confirmation, Bert. You do not want the divine to make the choice for you. It is better for you to make the choice, get on your path, start doing this, because on the other side of this is the Sun card. You're going to be so happy. You're going to enjoy life. It's going to be the best thing for you ever. But if not, if you don't, and I'm not even trying to scare nobody, but like you should be kind of tight. I'm not going to cap. You should be kind of tight because you're being stubborn. Stop being stubborn. Be open to advice. Be open to advice. I can't even take my eyes away from this village card because if you don't, like, loss. Three of air at the bottom. Three of air in this deck. Usually this is the Three of Swords. So yeah, it's pretty much the same in this deck. Heartbreak, destruction, loss, danger. Get on your path. Stop playing. Get on your path and stop playing. Like we're not here to just fuck around. And I feel like somebody don't understand that. Like we're not here to just fuck around. We're not. Now, you get in alignment. You get in alignment. You do what you're meant to do in this life. You can do as much as whatever it is that you want to do that keeps you in alignment. But when you're not in alignment, because I'm actually thinking about this. I was at dinner with some friends. It's around Christmas time. I have some friends that I meet with every year during Christmas, high school friends. And we got into the conversation about, being in alignment and things like this. And one of my friends said, well, you know how people say like bad things happen to good people? And the first thing that popped into my head was because they weren't in alignment. You can be as good of a person as you want to be. But if you're not doing what you're supposed to do, like shit will go wrong in your life because you're not in alignment. meaning you can't manifest, meaning you're not in the right spaces, meaning you're not an energetic match to whatever the hell it is that you're doing, meaning you're leaving yourself open to adversaries. Right? Okay? So keep that in mind. Make sure you're in alignment. Make sure you're in alignment. This can have something to do with love as well. I don't know if somebody's in a relationship. We have the Six of Cups in reverse. Well, it doesn't have to be love. Because in this is about do not let your origins keep you from growing. And we were just talking about that. We were just talking about this. I just said that, like, sometimes you gotta leave old shit behind. You gotta leave family behind sometimes. You gotta leave behind familial familial ideals sometimes to go and do something better for yourself. That's what this card is. Don't get stuck in the origins of your beginnings. Don't do that. And right after that is the Ten of Earth and the Ace of Fire. Ten of Earth. But that could be for somebody. It's Two of Earth, right? It's Two of Earth. And it's like the Two of Pentacles, which is about being able to balance, maintain. You might be busy, but you're going to be happily busy. Ace of Fire. It's time to push that. Ace of Fire is the Ace of Wands. In this deck, it specifically says it's time to push that job, that enterprise, that idea. Because it will be successful. It might be hard, and it might keep you busy, and it might, some days you might be like, fuck, I'm tired, but it's going to be worth it. That's probably why I said the Ten of Earth, because it's going to lead you to financial stability, financial independence. Ogun at the bottom. Good always overcomes evil. Somebody might have some ties to, so this is ancestral. Somebody might have ties to Africa. I would strongly recommend looking into the Orishas. These are West African deities. You might be West African. Look into it, tap into it, okay? Because these deities might be wanting to come out to help you. And just please keep in mind, like, if this is something that you're afraid of because, you might be Christian or something like that, just recognize that these deities are the equivalent to archangels in Christianity. So just keep that in mind. Now, this is just different pantheons. They have gone to every single culture in different forms. Okay, so it's the same seven, okay, or at least those same seven major archangels, gods, goddesses in every religion there is. So keep that in mind. All right. Karma. Which side of this is the equivalent to? Actually, I don't know. Because there is a Justice card in this deck. It's not karma. I guess it'll be the equivalent to Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, it'll be the equivalent to Wheel of Fortune. Karma, and we were just talking about that. Which side are you going to be on? Are you going to be in a side where you keep forcing something that's not working for you, or walking in a path that's not for you, and you're walking in not so great karma, or walking in an imbalanced way? And here we are, we're talking about walking, we're talking about feet again. This is somebody who needs to change direction. You need to change direction. You need to walk in a different path. You're not walking in your right path. But you can be. You have the idea. You have the intuition for it. You know exactly what you need to do. You're just not doing it. Or you're going to walk in the right place, walking your right path, and get the karma, get the income, get the people. Because there's so much joy on the other side of this, but someone is really straddling that fence. Somebody's really playing with themselves, and not in a fun way. And we don't ever do that. Because you can have genuine, this is the Ace of Cups, you can have a whole new love. This could bring so much love and passion into your life. Yeah. Oba. We have Oba Yansa. Oba, which is a fighting and persevering spirit. You need to persevere over whatever this stagnancy is in your life, because once you persevere, the sun, joy, happiness. The sun's out here twice, Yansa. But that's only if you make the right decision. So you need to make the right decision, Yansa. This is Oya. Oya, you know, she's a protector. She protects her own. She also raises the dead, right? She protects the dead. She raises the dead. She reinvigorates life. She's very similar. I would say, I don't know if I would equate her to Sekhmet of Egyptian deities, but I get similar vibes. You know, a lot of times with the Egyptian deities, because they're so old, and they are really old. They really are. They've merged in very different forms. So sometimes they merge with each other and create different things. And I feel like it's pretty similar. But oh wait, it's not Oya. I mean, I'm sorry, it's not Sekhmet. It's it's not Ma'at. It might be Hathor. If you know, leave the answer down in the comments, because I would like to know. Anything else for the collective spirit? Yeah. Okay, so no, this could be about love as well. Okay, so this is the Nine of Cups. But in this talks about when something doesn't evolve spiritually, emotionally, mentally, and you're in a relationship, the relationship could be good, it can be stable, right? But if it doesn't evolve, if it doesn't grow mentally, emotionally, spiritually, it can turn into an oedipal relationship, or it could just be a physical relationship. There will be no love there because it's not growing. You guys can be as stable as you can be today, right now, but if you are still where you are today, next year or in 2 years, you can mess all that up. And I do feel like that's part of that village card, that sudden loss, right? That sudden economic loss and loss of love and all that stuff, right? So someone could be in danger of losing a relationship because of this as well. You could be dealing with an earth sign, or this could just be talking about your groundedness, how grounded you are, or the fact that you need to be more grounded in something else. All right, so probably the last shuffle. Yeah, eight of water, which is the Eight of Cups. It's time to leave something behind. Don't hold on to an idea or a thought or an emotion or a person for so long that you suffocate it and it dies. I don't think somebody heard me. Don't you hold on to something so tightly that it dies. That the dream that you have dies. That a version of you dies. That's what it is. Don't hold on to a version of you so tightly that you die. That the best version of yourself dies. Because that's what you're in danger of. You're in danger of holding on to a version of yourself that the best version of yourself might die. And that makes sense. If you're putting all this energy into something that you don't even need to be putting your energy into, you're gonna deplete yourself. You're gonna deplete yourself. And the good version of you might start hating life, hating your life, hating yourself, hating all these different things of yourself. That the best version of you dies. That's what you're in danger of. So not only you're in danger of economic loss, you're in danger of losing, potentially, if you're in a relationship, use your discernment. You're you're in danger of losing your relationship. You're in danger of losing yourself. Yeah, because we have the Two of Air at the bottom, which is the Two of Swords. You need to make a choice. But this is also about having a partnership that you're meant to exchange ideas. You're meant to exchange ideals. And if you're, because that kind of makes sense, right? If there's something about a relationship, if you're not doing what you need to do, because this could be a creative partnership. And if you're afraid to step into this creativity of yourself, right? Like you're afraid to be your true version of yourself, you don't have anything to offer this other person to continue to exchange ideals and ideas. Anything else? Last shuffle. Devil. The Devil. Attachments. You could be afraid of material, maybe material loss, or there's some type of material attachment that you have. Ooh. Ten of Earth at the bottom. Don't sell your soul for a check. Don't sell your soul for a check. That's the worst thing you can do. That Three of Air at the bottom, that three of Swords, that loss, that pain at the bottom of the deck. You will lose a lot if you sell your soul for this fucking check. Somebody needs to hear that today. The affirmation for this today to help you is, I am safe to be my authentic self, my true authentic self, and I am confident. You need to say this in the mirror every day. This is not just Spirit wants me to give you tools for this. First up, disconnect. You might be taking in too much content right now. You might be comparing yourself to others right now. Disconnect. If the first thing you do in the morning is open your phone and start scrolling, stop that. Create a routine for you to keep yourself balanced. Do what you need to do to be confident in yourself. If that's working out, that's eating well, if that's dressing well. Say this affirmation every single day. Both of them. Both of them. Get to know yourself. Do shadow work. Understand where these blockages are. What are these blockages? Why are you afraid to move? What's holding you back? Who's holding you back? Right? What's the worst that could happen? Because we already know what the outcome is if you stay doing what you're doing right now. And the outcome of this is a loss of wealth, a loss of self, and a loss of love. A lot of pain is down this path. Remove yourself from this path. Wash your feet. Pray over your path. And that's probably why you need to disconnect. I think that's why you need to disconnect, because you're not hearing God right now. You're not hearing God right now. You need to be able to hear God. You need to be able to hear your high vibrational ancestors. You're being called to do something. And whenever something like that, because you're going to get to that point at some point. And if you continue to fight this, you're going to repeat this life. And you have to do it again. Stop being scared. If you're going to bet on anything, bet on yourself. Bet on yourself. You have the control. Be confident. The first thing you need to do in the morning, say a prayer. Pray over your path. Pray over your life. The second thing you need to do, and when I say pray, I mean you need to be completely vulnerable with God. Tell him your fears. Tell him what you want. Tell him what's on your mind. Hell, if you need confirmation, if you need synchronicities and all those things, ask for that. You'll get it. Meditate on your prayer. Meditate on your prayer. If you're comfortable, if you're a tarot reader yourself, pull some cards to get clarification. If you're not a tarot reader, go get a tarot reading from someone you trust. Go outside. Go outside. Put your feet in the ground. Put your feet in the ground and connect with earth and our ancestors, because our ancestors are long, they're gone. Their bodies are gone. Their bodies are in this earth. Their bodies are in this soul. Put your feet in it. Connect. Connect. Open yourself up to new experiences. There was a lot of feminine energy that came out besides Oba. You need to be in your feminine energy. I could be speaking to a masculine right now. You need to be in your feminine energy. Stop forcing shit. Be open, be receptive to your guidance, to the advice, to the synchronicities, the signs. If you've been seeing certain numbers all the time, wake up. Wake up. It's not a game. It's not a joke. I don't know who I'm talking to, but yo, it's not a joke. It's not a joke. This is not all shits and giggles. It's really not. They're not playing with you at all. You could be having a lot of synchronicities. Spirit could be trying to guide you to certain things, but you're refusing to do it. That's the worst thing you can do. You might be having a lot of headaches. And the reason I say that is because you get a lot of downloads through your crown chakra from God. And if you let that sit on your head, you won't feel well. You won't feel well. You're stopping that energy at the top of your head. You could be intuitive as well. You might not be sleeping well. You might not be eating. Fall to the bottom. Somebody needs to hear this. Fall to the bottom. Stop trying to hold everything up. Let it all go. The worst thing that'll happen is that you just have to restart. But to me, restarting don't look so damn bad. Starting over somewhere don't look too bad to me. If the path that you're building, what you're doing right now, is just going to lead you to failure, no. Don't set yourself up for failure. You need a change of perspective, and you need to get it now, or you will be stuck in this aspect for a minute. And if you wait too damn long, Spirit will change it for you. And Spirit will change it for you by taking shit from you. Because that's usually how that goes. When you're meant to understand something differently, Spirit start taking shit from you. Because you are loved. I'll tell you that. You are loved. You are guided. You are respected. But if you don't respect the guidance and the ancestors, yeah, they're not going to keep fucking with you. And they're going to let you eat shit. And I hate to say it like that, but somebody, I almost said auntie or uncle's coming through. It could be. It could be an auntie or an uncle. I heard Hera. I don't know if that means anything to anybody. Maybe somebody, the only Hera I know is like the Greek mythology Hera. So you might want to look that up. Or era. This could be maybe they're from a different era, or you're meant to do something in something. It has maybe something to do with time. Oh, okay. I think I just heard that incorrect. I might have just heard that incorrectly. I heard Pharaoh. Pharaoh. Somebody's a descendant from legit royalty. Like legit royalty. And you're not standing as a royal. Like for real. I don't know who this is for, but you are a descendant of royalty. And they need you to step into your power because there's something you're meant to do in this life. But you're not in alignment with it. And you need to get in alignment with it, like quick, fast, and in a hurry. But all it is that you have to follow this idea. That's it. You just have to follow this idea. Like and that's I feel like that's what their frustration is. Because it'd be different if you didn't know what it was. Like it'd be different if you didn't know what it was. But because you know what it is, you're just wasting time. You're just wasting time. You're wasting effort. You're wasting energy. Confirmation burp. You could be gassy. I know that's weird, but I burped so much during this video. So you might be a gassy person. Take care of your body. So I keep staring at this 10 of Earth card, and in the Earth, like you might need to eat more fruits and vegetables. That could be why you're gassy. Eat more fruits and vegetables. Eat organic meat. Okay. I think I'm gonna leave it right. Oh, no, hold on. Let me pull. I have this deck in my hand. Let me see. Let me pull whatever else needs to come out. Let's see. Yeah, you're doing yourself an injustice. You're doing yourself an injustice. Spirit will force you to walk away from something, though, with this 5 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. You're imbalanced. You're imbalanced. Get balanced. Get balanced. Take stock of everything in your life, whether it's material, emotional, mental, and most importantly of all, spiritual. What's the health of all of those things? What's the health of all of those things? Because you're imbalanced. This might be for somebody. It's not for all y'all. But somebody might have also been actively coming against you. This devil card in this deck is, it actually says something about black magic. Somebody could be fucking with you. And that could be why it's so important for you to start. Because that could be why it's so urgent. Because somebody could be fucking with you. And Spirit needs you to... They need you to, that's it. That's exactly it. 616 on the clock. You need to get balanced, because when you're in alignment, it's hard for negative energies to come at you. It's hard for, if somebody's throwing magic, yeah, I'll say it, magic, whatever. I don't usually like to say it, but somebody is, it's hard for that to come to you. If you're vibrating in the energy you're meant to vibrate at. But if you're not vibrating at the energy you're meant to vibrate at, and you're vibrating on this lower energy because you're not in alignment, you are being left open to your adversaries. And they can come play with you. They come play on you. Don't do that. Don't be a fool. Don't be a fool. If Spirit keeps telling you something or bringing you something, or you keep hearing the same shit, so I feel like there's somebody who keeps hearing the same shit over and over and over again, or getting all the same signs and synchronicities over and over and over again, but you're just refusing to heed it. You're stubborn. Be stubborn when you're in alignment. How about that? You can't afford to be stubborn right now. I'm gonna leave it right there, because that injustice fell right on top of that devil card. Somebody could be trying to create something, because a lot of times Spirit's life a lot softer, right? They're a lot softer. They're a lot nicer when it comes to things like this, unless you just been really waiting, or you really been whatever. But but you know what? I think in this deck, hold on. There's a card here. I really feel like it's this one that says that someone wants something of ours or something like that. So be careful. That's why, and then this card fell out. It could be your wealth. You could be in alignment to wealth, to true wealth. Or that's your end goal. Somebody might want that. And they're trying to, yeah. I'm not going to go too deep into that. The best thing I can do for you right now is tell you, get balanced, eat well, pray, disconnect from your phone as much as you can, read more books, meditate, go outside. That's really important. And connect with your ancestors. Connect with your ancestors. If you don't have an altar, set one up. That's about it. I'm gonna leave it there. But don't play on yourself. Don't play on yourself. I'm gonna add these 2 questions at the end of this video. So if you want to know what these questions are, just, you know, continue to the end. And actually use these questions as your journaling questions. I'll go ahead and read them out now. Actually, no. Go to the end of this video, pause it, write this down, journal it. If you want to share it in the comments, do that. But these are the answers. These are the questions you need to ask yourself, and you need to answer them. Okay? Just don't play with yourself. You're not a fool. You're not a fool. So don't be foolish. I'm going to end it right there. You guys have a great day. Be the best version of yourself today. Be confident in who you are, what you know, what you like, what you enjoy. Okay? I love you all. I respectfully give back your energy. And respectfully, I take all of my energy back. But I'm like so serious. Like, I'm dead serious. Like, none of my readings have been this serious. Please get in alignment with your path. Please. And the only thing you have to do is be confident. That is the only thing. Once you cross this threshold of being like your true authentic self, because, and then going back to this, like, you might be someone who you used to be, like, at some point in your life you were that version of yourself, but you got beat down, or maybe people told you couldn't be that way in the world. And I feel that, right? Because I'm very loving, I'm very kind, but growing up people told me I couldn't do that, or I would be played for a fool. And so I closed my heart off. But that put me in some terrible situations. I just know instead of moving in fear, I'm just gonna move confidently. You know what I'm saying? So my heart is open, and I'm going to be kind. I'm going to be loving to people. If people try to take advantage, I know that either I'll see it or God will remove them. And I believe that, and I trust that, and that is how I decide to move throughout the rest of my life. If I get hurt, I'll be okay. I'll get up. I've been hurt plenty of times in the past by having a closed heart. It won't be no different. But you are safe to be your true self. I love you. If somebody didn't tell you that, I love you just the way that you are. Even if I don't even know you. You can be who you are. Be who you are. And stop being stubborn. Stop trying to be someone you're not. That's it. That's the message. As soon as you decide to do that, you're going to start seeing shifts in your life. You could be somebody who's wondering, well, why is this not working? Or how am I going to get here? And the answer is you just got to be yourself. Comment down below. I trust my true authentic self. All right? Affirm that for yourself. If people come against you, they'll be okay. It's not their life. If you fuck up, that's on you and you'll figure it out. But it's not for them to understand. Ooh, I almost don't want to end this reading. I just feel like it's because like someone really needs to get grounded in who they are. You need to know who you are and be confident in who you are. Stop trying to be someone you're not. You might need to speak up more as well. Stop being someone you're not. All right. Again, bye. Y'all have a good one. Y'all have a good rest of y'all day. This was kind of heavy to start off a Fat Wednesday, hump day, middle of the week, but somebody needs to hear it. So y'all have a good day. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see y'all tomorrow on Thursday, our pre-Friday, and